Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Brian. This is the first video I post this year. I hope you like it. Watch the video until the end. Rwanda, and a country that has a total area of 26,340 square kilometers. Rwanda, known as the country of 1,000 hills, landlocked. Rwanda borders Uganda, Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Tanzania, and, surprising in the middle of the Great Lakes region, in Central Eastern Africa, not only for the relief nestled between mountains, for the dormant volcanoes, for its recent history of overcoming, but also for the magic of the encounter with the gorillas. From an endangered species to a symbol of the new times, gorillas have been following in the footsteps of the rebirth of the country of 1,000 hills, as Rwanda is known. A new chapter begins to be written, leaving behind the tragic and recent history of the genocide that claimed the lives of more than 1 million people of the Tutsi ethnic group by the Hutus, in a conflict that lasted about 100 days. Since the two ethnic groups were part of the same people and the only way to differentiate one from the other were the documents created by the European colonizers. Just over 25 years ago. The scars are still open. Moderate smiles show the marks left by the massacre. No one was spared from suffering. The film Hotel Rwanda portrays this devastating chapter, which takes place in 1994, in the capital Kigali, based on the true story of manager Paul Rusesabagina, of the Hotel des Mille Collines, who hid more than 1,000 refugees in its dependencies. The death of the president of Rwanda in an attack, after signing a peace agreement, was the trigger for the conflict. This hotel still keeps its doors open. It is in operation, showing the turn of the page and shedding light on what can never be repeated. In the suburb of Gisozi, the Genocide Memorial was created in 2004 to document this very sad episode in recent human history. In addition to showing a timeline with photos that bring tears to your eyes as they are translated by an audio guide, there is a small internal garden where more than 250,000 victims are buried. A visit that brings regret and reflection. Gradually the pages are being turned and hope fills the empty spaces. Ethnic conflict has been buried and Rwanda bounces back. Today it has one of the fastest growing economies in Africa, being a country considered a model. It has a young, mostly rural population and values gender equality, with approximately 70% of parliamentary seats held by women, as they helped rebuild the country when a large part of the male population was lost. Kigali, the capital of the country, was my gateway. Walking through the streets of the city is sure to surprise you with the safety, with the beauty of the flowery avenues, with the architecture, with the organization of the traffic, and mainly with the cleanliness. Once a month, the entire population is called upon to clean up the country, and even the president is part of the task force. In addition, there is a strong policy to reduce the use of plastic. One of the proofs of this resounding recovery is the hotel industry. In the center of Kigali, the boutique hotel The Retreat, from the Heaven Group, is a nice surprise. Designed by an American couple who moved to Rwanda with the intention of helping to rebuild the country, it exudes charm and concern for the environment in its 20 rooms. The furniture is made by artisans from a farm in neighboring Tanzania with reforestation wood and uses solar energy, including to heat the pool. The accommodations have contemporary decor and have internal patios, with 8 villas with private pools. Gastronomy is a high point with 2 good restaurants, one with fusion cuisine and the other with local cuisine. The hotel also assists in organizing tours around the country and offers cars with a driver to facilitate the experience with the gorillas in the Volcanoes National Park, since the group has its own tourism agency. Recently staying at the retreat was the current King Charles III of the United Kingdom with Queen Consort Camilla. Rwanda is a country that is constantly developing, with tourism as its main source of income, so much so that it is known as the Singapore of Africa, with the following tourist sites. Kigali, the country's capital, Kigali, impresses with its rapid development and has enough attractions to keep a traveler busy for 2 or 3 nights. Conveniently located right in the center of the country, it definitely doesn't call attention for its beauty, but it stands out for its organization and hospitality, in addition to having central neighborhoods like Kasiru and Kiyovu that guarantee a bustling restaurant scene for you to try the best of local cuisine. The city is also home to some great museums, including the Kigali Genocide Memorial, which chronicles the country's horrific recent history. Volcanoes National Park. Rwanda Volcanoes National Park is especially famous for one thing: gorillas. Bordering Congo and Uganda, the region is one of the best in all of Africa to admire the great ape up close, that there is already considerably accustomed to the human presence. But the park goes beyond that, as its name suggests. He guards the Virungas, a chain of volcanoes that offer incredible landscapes, great hikes, and even the possibility of encountering other rare and impressive primates. Akagera National Park. Another must-see national park is Akagera. With less dense vegetation than the previous one, the park is the right place for those who want to see the famous large mammals of the African savannas. Although Rwanda is not the preferred destination for those who go to the mainland looking for a safari, in Akagera you can see lions, elephants, giraffes, zebras, buffalo, antelope, and much more. There are more than 1,100 square kilometers, including a stretch of the beautiful Akagera River, which gives its name to the environmental preservation zone. Nyungwe National Park. A third national park worth visiting is Nyungwe. With more than 1,000 square kilometers, this park stands out for concentrating an impressive number of rare primates, including chimpanzees and the friendly colobus. In addition, it is a paradise for birds, with more than 300 species, including 16 that can only be seen there. The park is made up of a fascinating and dense tropical forest, which has great trails, bridges for you to walk on top of the trees, and great waterfalls for you to relax. Butare, or Huye, is the capital of the Huye district and one of the largest cities in the country. With leading universities and research institutions, it is a destination with many cultural options to be explored, including several museums. One of the must-sees is the Ethnographic Museum, formerly the National Museum of Rwanda, given to the city by Belgium, as a gift for the 25th anniversary of independence, in 1989. The museum building is worth it in itself, but it does receive points for its excellent collection of ethnographic and archaeological pieces, one of the best in the region. Nyanza is considered a historic capital. The city was once the center of the former Kingdom of Rwanda, and therefore home to the King of Rwanda, before European colonization. There you can find a collection of huts and palaces, known as the King's Palace, a museum that tells the story of the country's monarchical times. At the height of the city, about 2,000 people lived there, in huts made of blocks, wood, and vegetable fibers whose reproductions can still be seen. There are also unique oxen with huge horns, which used to be the king's animals. The city is close to Huye, which guarantees a good combination of tours. Lake Kivu. Rwanda has no sea, but it has great cities to rest on the edge of an incredible lake for those who can't stay away from the water. Lake Kivu is one of the largest in Africa, with an area of 2,700 square kilometers and has some must-see cities along its perimeter. Among them are Kabuya and Gisenyi, which are more developed and are prepared to receive tourists, with great options for activities and accommodation, including resorts. There you will find beaches and great options for trails, including the famous Congo Nile, which stretches over 227 kilometers and is also popular with cyclists, with great scenery. Please subscribe, like, and share the video. See you in the next video.